to start Wednesday morning gentle yoga. Hope everyone is doing well. I'm just gonna wait for everybody to come online. I'm gonna adjust this real quick. So I hope everybody's doing well. Kind of enjoying maybe a little bit of space outside of the home, but safely. This morning in practice, we're going to focus on some breath work and just really kind of trying to integrate some relaxation and movement this morning. So we'll begin seated. And I want you to just kind of find a comfortable seat, whatever that is for you. It might be on a pillow or blanket, whatever feels best, but maybe just elevating the hips just a little bit. And as we begin to kind of settle in, we'll get set up for our practice. And for your practice this morning also, if you'd like a block. Good morning, hey. We'll get started here in just a minute or two. If you have blocks, you can use blocks. If you have a pillow, blanket, anything to kind of make yourself a little bit more comfortable, we'll do that. And we'll get started with our practice this morning. So take your time to kind of get set up. And as you find whatever it is you need, just taking that comfortable seat and we'll begin. So finding the seat, letting your seat find, sorry, I had music on. I'm still not sure about the whole music thing with online classes yet. Scott's not with me, so. We'll begin by finding your seat. Let your hands just rest on your knees. And just close the eyes. And then begin to just bring your awareness to your breath. Not necessarily controlling it, but just bringing awareness to the breath. Feeling it come in and out. And as your seat begins to find its sense of grounding, beginning to feel your breath start to move freely. Letting the breaths become a little bit more expansive. Allowing your awareness of the breath to keep coming and going. Good morning to everyone who's just kind of coming in right now. Letting your shoulders drop away from your ears. Allowing a sense of grounding with each breath. I like to imagine with the breath, as you start to drop into that awareness of it, almost like the energy of the breath were like an elevator. In a sense that your seat is grounded into the earth. As you breathe in, you allow the energy of the breath to carry you up a little bit taller. As you inhale, feeling yourself lengthen through the spine, the crown of the head reaches up, drawing the belly in to create a little bit more length and space. And on your exhale, letting the weight of the world relax off the shoulders. Again, with each breath, feeling yourself lengthen upward. Each exhale, relaxing into that seat. And just take a few quiet breaths. Settling into this nice morning space in your home, within your breath, within your body, on your mat. And as you settle in, just feeling the ebb and flow of breath, knowing it's the breath that comes and goes for each one of us. It's that life-sustaining force that moves between us. And even though we're in a world right now where space is necessary, we also hold space for each other in our hearts, in each breath. Knowing that we all collectively need each other. And then we'll bring our hands together, heart center. We'll begin our practice together, just setting an intention for your practice, for anyone who may need it. Might be somebody far away, might be someone in your home, might be for yourself. But just keeping that intention with you as we move and breathe this morning. And we'll begin together with the sound of Om, taking a deep breath in fully. Reaching your hands out wide in front of you, so palms facing up. Stretching as if you're trying to reach out to somebody across the way through the screen. If I could give you a big hug, I would. So can't wait till we can see each other again. So reaching out, and we're going to take one arm under the other, so crossing right under left, crossing the arms, palms to wrist or palm to palm. And then we're going to start this morning just dropping the elbows down. And knowing if at any point your legs need to kind of shift, take whatever sort of movement you need to find comfort there. But just dropping the elbows down and then starting to reach the crown of the head up. Stretching into the shoulders, neck, and then we're going to start to round through the spine, tucking the chin to chest. And on your inhale, we'll come up, bringing the elbows to reach up towards the height of the chin. On your exhale, gently round, bringing the elbows down, chin to chest. And just take this a few times with your breath and movement. So starting to wake up through the upper body and the spine. One more time as you round here. Hold the elbows in, chin to chest, feeling everything kind of draw inward. And then feel the expansion of your breath. Feel it in the back of the body. Feel the rib cage expand to make room for the breath. Each breath, we need space. We need space within and all around us. And then take the arms up, lengthening upwards. And we're going to unravel the arms, take them up over the head. Intertwining the fingers, turn your palms towards the ceiling, stretching into the wrists. And then we're going to round the back again, pushing the hands forward. And then inhale, coming back up. And just taking this a few times, rounding the spine, again, moving the arms in unison, stretching into the hands and the wrists. And then as you come up, With your deepest breath, reach as high as you can and then separate the fingertips. And as slow as you possibly can, let the arms release all the way down to the ground. Allowing yourself to slow down. Now as your fingertips find the ground, let your shoulders soften. Again, still keeping some length in the spine, drawing the abdominal area in to create that strength in the posture. And then whichever way your legs are, just switch them out. So maybe crisscross in the opposite direction. And again, just finding that comfortable space, whatever makes your legs feel happy. If it feels better for you to have the legs out nice and long in front of you, you can do that as well. So just take your time to find that place that feels good. And then we'll reach the arms out again. Whichever way your arms were crisscrossed, just crossing the opposite. So if it was left, under right. And then just find your way into those eagle arms, palms come together or palm to wrist. And we're going to start first finding spinal length. So sit up as tall as you can and then drop your elbows down. So you kind of squeeze the arms in towards your chest. Stretching into the shoulders. And then start to round the back, chin to chest, elbows draw in. And we'll begin to move with breath. On your inhale, taking the arms up, elbows come to about height of the chin. On your exhale, round the back, drawing everything down and in. So we're just opening up with breath, moving the spine, feeling space created with each breath. But really try to find that space where your breath guides you from within. It's kind of the nice part of practicing at home is you don't have to worry about keeping pace specifically with anyone but your own breath, your own time and rhythm. And then slowly, as you come down the next time, draw the elbows all the way in round and take a few deep, quiet breaths here. But feel the space created in the back of the body as you breathe. Each breath you take, not only listening and feeling the breath, but kind of taking a little listen to what you need from within. On your breath, we're going to come all the way up, untwine the arms, and then send the arms up over the head. We're going to turn the palms up towards the ceiling, stretching into the wrists again. So find that abdominal strength, draw the belly in, reach all the way up and out, and then just round the back. Hands come front and rounding, and then inhale all the way up. Take that a few more times, just stretching into the upper body, into the back. And as you come up this next time, reach up as tall as you can, stretching in the hands and wrists. Release the hands and then slowly let your fingertips come all the way down. Nice and slow until they find the earth. And then close the eyes. Take that pause. Feeling the breath. Listening to whatever it is you need from within. And following that guidance. So as we continue to move this morning, kind of following what it is that you need in your body. See what it is and follow that. And we're going to begin to move and open up through the side body. So wherever you are, letting your hands find their way to the ground, and we'll start to walk our left fingertips over to the side and reach your right arm up to the sky. So as that left hand grounds down, reach your right arm up. So almost like you're trying to reach for something on the ceiling. Feel that oppositional line of energy here as you push down into one hand and reach through the other. So it's kind of the physics of yoga as we find that energy line to reach and create the stretch. And then we'll change the shape of it, reaching your right arm over the right ear. So fingertips still extending, energy all the way out through the fingertips. And keep pushing that left hand down so you feel the stretch from the right side all the way through the fingertips. Now, wherever it is that your neck and head are happy, you might want to turn towards the ground. Your head might be happier looking up, but kind of play with what neck space feels good to you. And on your breath, we're going to release that hand, folding over your left knee. Take some deep breaths here, just feeling yourself release. And then walk your hands through center, folding forward, just letting everything stretch out. Breathing into the space in the back of the body. And then we'll walk our hands up. And then we'll move to the opposite side. So starting again, if you want to switch out the order of the legs again, take a little break, stretch out the ankles, the feet, the hips, whatever you need to do in between is totally fine as well. And then we'll move to the opposite side with the fingertips on the ground, starting to walk your right hand over to the side, really pressing down into the ground. So my right arm it's pushing down almost like a kickstand for my body, and then reaching up with the left arm. So again, find that space. Where does your neck and head feel happy? Is it looking down at the ground? Is it out? Is it neutral? But create that oppositional energy as you reach one hand in the opposite direction of the other. And then we'll change the shape of it, bringing that left arm over the left ear. Breathing into that space. Feel the breath moving from that left hip all the way to the left fingertips. And on your inhale, we'll come back up. Both arms extend over the head. And then we're going to fold over that right knee. And then walk the hands through center. Taking a fold, breathing into this space all the way into the lower back. So we send the breath into those spaces that need openness, that need support. Bringing some fresh breath and energy into those muscles. And into the spine. And then we'll slowly walk the hands back up. And then everybody extending the legs nice and long wherever you were before. So with your legs extended, toes flexed, just going to kind of let the feet relax. Make some circles with the knees. Or I'm sorry, not the knees, your ankles, your feet. And let it move around. And then we'll kind of find that place where we can let the legs come together as one. So squeezing the muscles of the legs together, finding that nice tall posture, draw the belly in, and we'll take the arms up over the head. Deepest breath in, and on your exhale, fold forward towards your toes. So if this is your first forward fold of the morning, be kind. And then we'll slowly roll up the spine, take the arms up over the head. And then exhale, fold. So starting to stretch into the hamstrings in the lower body here. Inhale, come all the way up. Arms extend over the head. And then exhale one more time. Let your hands reach as far as they can, still being mindful of where you need to be. And then we'll slowly roll the spine up. Bending your knees, we're going to bring them all the way in. So taking that full spinal stretch, planting your heels down, toes lift, and just wrap your arms around, taking hold of the balls of the feet. So depending on where you need to be, the hands might need to come through or around, but we'll hold onto the balls of the feet and then press into your hands with your feet like you're stepping on the gas. Chin to the chest and just round the back. Breathing into the full length of the spine. Take a few deep breaths here. And then releasing the feet. And we're going to make our way onto hands and knees into a tabletop position. So finding your way there. So if you have a blanket or feel like you need anything underneath the knees, go ahead and use that. But we're going to use hands underneath The shoulders, knees under the hips, kind of peeking back through your knees, making sure you can't see your feet. And then starting from here, starting to round the back, curl the toes under. So we're going to come in and out of cat and cow, but using some stretches into the feet, curling the toes under. Send your hips back towards your heels, stretching into the bottoms of the feet first. And then as you inhale, come forward, tops of the feet relax, lift the heart, lift your seat. And then round the spine, pushing the hands into the earth, then curl the toes under and reach your seat back, stretching into the bottoms of the feet. On your inhale, come up, soften the feet, tops of the feet relax, lift your heart, lift your seat. So coming into cow here. And then exhale, round. Curling the toes under, send your hips back, stretching into the feet. And then slowly come up, inhale. Finding cow, belly releases, lift your heart, lift your seat, tops of the feet relax. One more time. As you round, curl the toes under, push the hands into the earth, and then let your seat release back towards the heels. Take some big deep breaths, breathing into the feet, stretching into all those tendons, your toes. And then we're going to make our way up to that tabletop and make our way from here to child's pose. Tops of the feet relax. Bring your big toes together, stretch your knees out wide. And then let yourself fold into that child's pose. Taking a few deep breaths here. So the space we create with breath, we allow ourselves to take space and time to take care of ourselves from the inside out. So take some time to listen. What is it that you need? How can you honor that? And sometimes it's just the breath. Sometimes we're getting that little nudge of something we need to work on. But whatever it is, just listen. Don't judge. And just allow yourself to be in the space of breath, taking time. And from here, we're going to slowly roll back up, coming from your tabletop. We're going to make our way into our downward facing dog. So curling the toes under now, hips lift. And then slowly walk your dog out, bending one knee and then the other. Allowing everything to kind of wake up in the lower body. And then being mindful of what you're doing here in the shoulders. So draw your shoulders down your back, kind of feeling that upper back muscles engaged to support the upper body. And again, belly draws in to keep reaching your seat back a little further. And then we're going to slowly walk your feet up to meet your hands out of that walking downward facing dog. Coming into a nice standing forward fold towards the top of the mat, Uttanasana. And if your hands don't make it all the way to the earth, bend your knees as much as you need to. And then we start to lengthen as we lift the seat, stretching into the hamstrings. So from here, maybe wrapping the arms around the backs of the legs, or holding opposite elbows, wherever you are. Just allow the breath to create space. Letting the weight of the head create traction for the spine. And then wherever you are, we're going to let our knees bend pretty deeply. Let your seat reach back. Draw the belly in and we'll slowly roll up the spine, vertebra by vertebra. Coming into our first standing posture in Tadasana. So standing on your own 2 feet, what does that look like today? Close your eyes. Feel whatever it is that you need. Feel the strength from the feet, engaging from the legs, drawing the belly in to protect the spine. We'll take the arms up all the way over the head. And exhale, fold forward. Taking some standing half sun salutes, we'll bring our hands to the shins, finding a long spine. Exhale to fold. With the strength of your legs, bend your knees a little bit and then come all the way up. Lean back, take a little baby back bend here. And exhale, hands to your heart center. Deep breath in, come all the way up. Exhale, fold all the way through center. Hands towards the earth. Inhale, half lift, long spine. Exhale to release. Take a little bend into the knees and then rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more time with breath. Rise all the way up. Lift the heart, lift the gaze. Exhale, fold. Hands to the shins, long spine. So this movement actually helps really improve our circulation. This kind of up and down motion also helps with balance. So we bring ourselves all the way back up. Engage from the feet all the way to the fingertips. Lean back just a bit. And exhale. All right, hands to your heart. So we start to move the body. We start to feel ourselves engage. Our circulation energy starts to build. And from here, we're going to take a big giant step back with your right foot. So we step that right foot back, planting your right heel down. We're going to come into warrior one. So bending pretty deeply into that front knee. Inhale the arms up. Take a big deep breath here. And then exhale, elbows down, lift your heart. And then take the hands behind you, interlacing your fingers. So preparing here just to open up, so full body. Our legs are grounded. We still keep stretching opposite direction, but still squeezing from midline. Lifting your heart, lifting your gaze, and then inhale, take the arms up, straighten that front leg. On your exhale, hands to the earth, and we're going to step back, finding that downward facing dog. Again, walk your dog out. Bend one knee and then the other. And then we'll walk our feet up to meet our hands. Coming back into that standing forward fold. Let the traction of the head just create that nice length in the spine. Breathe in. Bend the knees. We'll come all the way up. Inhale, arms over the head. Exhale, hands to heart center. And then we'll step far back with your left foot. So coming into warrior one on this side. So when you're in this kind of warrior one stance, front toes facing forward, left foot's kind of angle, bend into that front knee, arms up over the head. So our hips are square. And then exhale, hands draw down, elbows draw down, lift the heart. Then we'll take the stretch into a little back bend, take the hands behind you. Interlace your fingers, send your heart to the sky, just stretching the full body. And again, if this is ever too much on your legs, straighten that front leg and just take a little standing back bend. That's how we can make it a little bit more gentle. If you want to move a little more and have a little bit more strength, bend into that front knee. Deep breath here. Inhale the arms up, straighten the front leg wherever you are. And then take your hands to the ground, step back, downward facing dog. Walking your legs out. And then walking your feet up towards the top of the mat. Big deep breath as you inhale, lengthen the spine, long spine, hands to the shins. Exhale to fold. Bend the knees pretty deeply and roll the spine up, vertebra by vertebra. So we're going to continue working with this kind of lower upper body connection. So when you're working on that, what you want to think about is, most importantly, core. So your core isn't always just your belly, from knees to shoulders. So all of this, we kind of engage midline, draw it all in, squeeze the legs together, engage through the thighs, everything draws up and in to protect. Take a deep breath in, rise up. On your exhale, hands through heart center and fold. Even here, draw the belly in, squeeze the legs together, fold to extend and protect the spine. Now stepping your right foot far back, coming into a low lunge. We'll let that right knee come down, top of the foot relaxes. So that's our lower body foundation. We're going to take the arms up over the head. And just notice, we let gravity kind of let the hips sink, but then squeeze the inner thigh together. That little midline, almost like the legs were scissors. You want to squeeze it all in. Belly draws in, and then we can extend up and out. So we're not just sinking into gravity here. Now starting to work a little bit more with upper and lower body connecting. Draw the elbows down, lift the heart, still squeezing through midline. And then take the hands behind you again. Now interlacing your fingers, send your hands towards that lower part of the mat and the back of that knee on the right. We keep lifting the heart, squeezing all of that energy from midline in. And it's okay to wobble. That's where we find the strength. It's our reminder we're getting stronger, we're growing. And then release the hands, take them back up. We're gonna let the hands come down to the earth. Reach your seat back, straighten that left leg. So this is where you can use blocks under the hands. But either way, we're just gonna fold over that left leg. Toes in flexion. Still midline energy keeps us all grounded from center. Walk the hands and bend that front knee. And then keep moving back and forth with breath. One more time as you lengthen back here. This time, point your toes, stretch into the top of that foot. And then we'll walk our hands forward. Step the left foot back to meet the right, finding your downward facing dog. But it's a nice little walking dog, bending one knee and then the other. And then we'll walk our feet up to meet our hands. Nice standing forward fold here. Head is reaching towards the ground. Bend your knees and roll the spine all the way up. So we find that space that we can just settle in with breath. Feel the feet. And then start to build that midline energy again. We engage the legs, we lift the quadriceps, feeling the kneecaps gently lift. Draw the belly in to protect the spine. Energy keeps lifting all the way up to the crown of the head, but your shoulders relax down the back. Arms are nice and long and extended. Breath connects it all. When we integrate our strength lower in our body, we start to feel it work together. Deep breath in, take the arms up. On your exhale, hands right through heart center. This time stepping your left foot far back. Let your left knee come down, coming into this low lunge. So again, find your foundation. My lower body is starting to stretch, but then I come up and I start to kind of squeeze, midline energy. Inner thigh comes together, almost like the legs are like scissors. Belly draws in, and we can lift and lengthen it all up. Take some big, deep breaths here. So my upper body is still extending up. We're letting gravity kind of take hold a bit, but we create the stretch oppositionally. That nice energy line in opposite directions. And then take your hands behind you. Interlace your fingers. Send your hands towards the back of that left knee. Lifting the heart. Again, we're working upper and lower body together. Squeezing everything through midline, using the breath. And it's okay to feel unsteady. We have to kind of feel our way through to strengthen and grow. So notice, where are you unsteady? Feel that, and then really focus in, strengthen that place, send the breath there, squeeze it from the center. And then release the arms back up. Exhale, hands frame that front foot, and then we'll fold back. Straightening that right leg, let your hips reach back. And then move with your breath, moving back and forth. Letting everything move. This time as you move back, straightening that leg, letting everything kind of settle here. And then pointing your toes on that right side, feeling that stretch over the front of the right leg. This time as you walk the hands forward, planting that right foot down, we're going to come up and quarter turn to your left into this nice wide angle forward fold. So our feet are planted, your hands are grounded. So allowing your hands to be right under the shoulders, and then we just let ourselves hinge from the hips, crown of the head towards the floor. So creating that traction, the line of energy still drawing the abdominal muscles in to reach your seat back, crown of the head towards the floor. So it's just a nice line of energy finding length in the spine. Check in with the knees. We want to keep a little softness there. Try not to hyperextend. And then we're going to move with this with our breath a little bit. So starting to walk your hands towards that right foot, bend into your right knee, and then come through center, bend into the left knee. So just allowing yourself to find that kind of little movement of breath and body, creating that little bit of a dance. And the next time you come to the left, just kind of stay for a little while, feel yourself grounded there, and then come back through center, moving to the right, stay for just a little while. And then we'll come through center, meeting in the middle. Allowing yourself to just hinge here, crown of the head again, moving towards the floor. And towards is really the optimal word. Breathing into those spaces that need it the most. And then we'll find our way into this nice flat back. So hands underneath the shoulders. Draw the belly in, so we're really kind of focusing on reaching the pelvis back. Abdominal muscles protect the spine. And then place your left hand in the center. And we'll reach that right arm up to the sky. Now notice the tendency. Your right side of your pelvis kind of wants to tilt and twist. See if you can keep that right side of the pelvis down. Still reaching right arm up, creating that twist through the upper back. And again, see where it feels good for your head and neck. Is your gaze better towards the floor, towards the sky? See what feels best for you. Releasing the right arm down, coming to the opposite side. Again, opening up, left arm to the sky. Notice where your pelvis wants to go and follow. See if you can keep that left side down. Twisting through the upper body as that gaze comes up. See where the neck and head feels good. Might be down at the floor, might be up towards the sky. Just all depends on you. And then releasing that hand down. Bend your knees just a bit, and we're going to bring our hands to our hips and slowly rise up. So as you come up, now turning your toes to face out. So we'll come into this little goddess squat. And again, This is up to you, however hard you want to make this or strengthening. It could be a little, you can take a little bend in your knee, just a little bit. And we're just gonna move a little bit here, getting some strength in the legs, the knees, the hips. If you wanna really kind of get into it more, you can bend pretty deeply, bringing your knees to the angle right over your ankles. So find your middle ground, find your happy place. I don't want you to hang out where you're not getting anything out of it, but move to a place that feels good. So once we're here, find that place, hands to heart center. Find that strength. And then we'll begin to straighten the legs. And then bend pretty deeply again. Coming up and down. So again, find that place where it feels good to you. And now when you find that little squat, wherever you'd like to stay, send your arms out. Fingertips wide. So again, oppositional energy. Reach your fingertips opposite direction, but we're still squeezing everything in from center, creating that place of strength. Now bend the elbows, fingertips towards the sky. We're gonna move with this. So inhale, arms up, straighten the legs. Exhale, elbows down, bend the knees. Inhale up. Exhale, bend the knees. Keep reaching with breath. Exhale, bend. I know there's probably someone going, this isn't gentle. Just bend to where it feels good to you. Move with your breath. Honor what you need. We all need to move. We all need to breathe. We all need to get stronger. So there you go. Now hold when you come down into this goddess squat. So your elbows are about the height of your shoulders. And then we'll begin to straighten one leg and the other. Bring your hands to your hips. Keep moving with that. One more time to either side. And then we're going to cartwheel our hands down, framing that right foot. Step the feet back. Downward facing dog. Walk your dog out. And then everyone making their way onto the mats. Lower down your way. Stack your hands. Let your forehead rest right onto the hands. And feel your breath. Feel your heartbeat. Feel the energy you created in the body in your practice. Now more than ever, it's really important we try to take care of ourselves the best we can. And sometimes that means we have to strengthen our hearts, our lungs, the spaces within and around us. But notice your reaction. Now see if you can slow it down with the breath. Let the breath become more spacious. Let the spaces within be nurtured. And then from here, with your forehead resting on your hands, bend your knees, let your feet come towards the sky. And just windshield wiper your feet back and forth. And then let the feet relax. And we're going to roll over onto our bellies. So as you come over onto your back side, from here, just allowing your feet to walk in towards your seat. Let your arms relax alongside the body. And starting to allow the full length of the spine to feel supported below you. And then we're going to start moving with breath here. We're going to cross our right ankle over the left thigh. So we're allowing that leg to kind of create this figure four. And we're going to take our hands through to the back of that left leg. And then just squeeze the legs in. And I like to make sure I keep my right foot in flexion right over that leg. So it's a nice big stretch into your seat and the glutes and the hips. And then begin to straighten your left leg, feeling that stretch through the back of the left leg and hamstring. Take some big deep breaths here. And then just kind of rocking from side to side, almost like that left leg were like the needle of a metronome, keeping rhythm. So we still have to keep our belly and draw that strength in from our abdominal area and to keep us centered. But we just kind of rock from side to side, creating that stretch and massaging the lower back as well. And then slowly come back to center. Let that left foot come down. Squeeze everything in just a little further. And then we'll slowly let that left leg come long onto the mat and bring that right knee into the chest. Kind of squeezing here in this supine pigeon. Take some deep breaths here, holding that leg in, but still reaching that left heel away, stretching into that right hip. And then we'll release that foot, holding on to the right knee with the right hand, make some circles, kind of churning that hip socket. Let the circles be as big or as small as it feels good to you. Changing opposite directions. And then sending that leg nice and long. Right leg comes out to meet the right. Right leg comes out to meet the left. Feel the full body just relax down to the mat. Fully supported. Letting go of effort. Taking a pause. And then we'll come back up, bending the knees. And then just letting yourself feel the full length of the spine. So your feet are here, kind of close to your seat, bending into the knees. And then cross your left over the right. Reaching your hands through, wrapping the hands around the back of the right leg, squeezing everything in. So we start to squeeze, keeping that left foot in flexion, so we're getting the nice stretch all the way to the left hip and the left side of the glutes. So keeping some length in the spine. And then sending your right leg up towards the sky, so creating that length in the right leg. Really stretching, so you can bring this in as close as it feels good to you. But notice where you might stop and where you don't need to kind of strain into be. Once you find that place where you feel strong, still supported through the spine, start to rock to the right and left. Creating that little rock into the lower pelvis. Like the right leg's kind of the needle of a metronome, keeping rhythm and time for you. So there's so many nerves that kind of run through that sciatic area where your sacrum meets the pelvis. So we kind of give ourselves a nice little massage here when we rock onto the lower back like this. And coming back to center, find that stillness. And then bending that right knee. Squeeze everything in a little bit further. And then letting your right leg find its way, lengthening out onto the mat. And then we'll bring that left knee in, holding on to the foot and the knee kind of crossing over, taking a supine pigeon. So again, we're just squeezing that left leg in, feeling length in the spine. Breathing into the legs, reaching that right heel away as you squeeze the left knee in. And then letting go of the foot, just holding on to the left knee with the left hand. And then begin to make circles with that left knee, kind of churning into that hip socket here. So the circles can be as big or as small as it feels good to you. Again, just listening to what you need. Where does it feel best? Where do you need to avoid? Where do you need to build strength? Where do you need to let go? Each breath, just starting to pay attention as we learn to listen. And changing directions. And then letting that left leg extend alongside the right. Letting the arms relax alongside the body. Letting yourself feel fully supported. Letting the breath fill you up. We'll take one last movement here. So bending your knees, not as close as you would to the seat for bridge, but towards your seat. And then walk your feet out towards the edges of the mat. So we're kind of in a wider angle with the feet. And then we're going to drop our right knee towards the left ankle. Left knee is still towards the sky. So this is that IT band stretch. When you can let the one knee come towards the opposite ankle, you feel the stretch from the top of the hip towards that knee. Lengthening, stretching that nice, long, usually kind of tense area of cartilage. And then inhale, bring the right knee up, plant that foot, and then let the left knee come towards the right ankle. So again, hold there. Feel that nice stretch from the hip down towards the knees. If there's any strain or pain, obviously back out. And then come up. We can just take this a couple more times. Maybe not holding as long, but just kind of windshield wipering the knees. Opposite knee to ankle. Feeling that nice stretch and release. Again, we're just rocking from right and left in the pelvic area. Just allowing the lower back and all of those nerves that run through the sciatic area to kind of feel nourished as well. What I like to do here is kind of just start to lengthen my feet back out. So I slowly let one knee go towards the other, but I'm kind of creeping some length back into the legs, still letting my movement create that length, even to where my legs make their way to straight, and bend one knee and then the other. And then allowing the legs eventually to find length and stillness. Allowing the legs to rest. And allowing the arms and the hands to rest. Feeling fully supported from below. Almost as if you're being held. And feeling the weight of the head just kind of rest into your mat. Almost like you're making an impression of the head into the floor. So still keep applying some pressure, and we're going to just gently turn our head to the right. Come back through center, keeping that steady pressure in the back of the head, turning the head to the left. Turning the head right and left, just letting the neck and the head just receive that nice little release. And this is a nice little massage kind of into the cranial nerves at the back of the head. So keep a kind of comfortable amount of consistent pressure. Just feeling that movement in the back of the head. And then coming back to center. Finding stillness. Allowing yourself to release into the legs, the feet, softening into the torso, softening into the glutes, softening into the hands, to the arms, the shoulders. Allowing your body to find stillness. And then we come back to the rhythm of your breath. Feeling the breath come and go. Allowing the thoughts and the mind to drift. Allowing yourself to just be. You're welcome to stay in your Shavasana as long as you'd like. And we'll begin kind of wind things up, just making your way onto one side using your arm as a pillow. And eventually just making your way up to a comfortable seat. And as you find your way into that comfortable seat, bringing your hands together at heart center. Just scanning the body, noticing how you feel. And as we're all starting to listen a little bit more carefully, listen to the feelings of our breath, listening to the needs that we have within, listening to each other. Even though we still need space, you can still be an ear. So bowing towards our heart in Anjali Mudra, taking a moment for all that we do have to be grateful for. And we'll close class together with the sound of Om. Taking a big deep breath in fully. Loka samesta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy, be healthy, be free. May we each play our part. And I hope you're all well, your family, your friends, your loved ones are all well. I can't wait to see you all again. Namaste. And have a great rest of your day. And then I think Jacqueline's going to be kind of talking to everybody and sending out some information as far as the studio reopening and kind of how we're going to approach that. But it sounds like moving into next week that will start happening. So it's going to be kind of very limited. There's going to be information available, but I think some sense of community, and we're going to have a great online presence as well. She's got the studio all hooked up, so we've got video and audio for practice at home. Since our class size, I believe, will be 5 people, just to allow a safe space to practice, but still have community. But I think the nice thing too is to be able to be online at home. You still feel safe, you still get your practice, and still taking care of yourself. And I think it's so important. So thank you guys, and I look forward to seeing you soon. All right, take care.